This video is about first date safety. The fact of the matter is, more people meet with people that they have no connection to whatsoever. The world we live in today, more and more people meet each other through online websites. Whereas before, you would meet someone who was a friend of a friend, or you would meet someone on night out or whatever, or through work. It doesn't happen. It's not the world we live in anymore. So certain protocols and safety measures can be taken when you're meeting someone for the very first time. Um, Again, you don't have to follow all of these. You don't have to follow any of them if you don't want. They're just suggestions. They do work. They will keep you safe. If you choose to ignore all of them, that's perfectly okay. But I think they're worth listening to. I think they're worth taking on board. So the first is, if you can, don't necessarily meet someone for the very first time at night where alcohol is involved. So you might have in your head, gonna meet this person, gonna have one drink, then I'm gonna come home. The problem is, if you're having a really good time, you have a drink, alcohol will mess with your brain. So you start to make bad choices. So, oh, go on then, I'll have another. Before you know where you are, you've had three. Then it's like, well, it's not that late. I know another place we can go. And before you know where you are, you're half cut, if not more, and who knows. So, arrange to meet somebody at the daytime. You can arrange to meet on a day off. You can arrange to meet on the weekend. Arrange to meet somewhere where you're going to have a soft drink or a coffee. Arrange to meet somewhere where it might be a bit out of place to start drinking alcohol. Get there early. It's whatever venue it is, regardless of the time of day. Get there as early as you can. It's an idea to have a friend sat on the other side of the room without your date knowing, just so that if you do get into trouble, you can flag them over. If that's not possible, when you get there early, talk to the staff. So as soon as you get there, talk to the staff and just you don't have to panic anybody, but just say, look, I'm meeting this person for the very first time. I don't really know too much about them. Could you just keep an eye on us, please? There's no real reason why they shouldn't be able to do that. If you get a code going with the staff and just have it be something along the lines of, if I ask you, is Shanice working today? That's code for, I'm in trouble, I need to get away from this creep, please help me. Most places would be more than happy to do that, because most places want the reputation of, we're a safe environment and we look after our customers. So there shouldn't really be any problem with any place being able to do that. Obviously, you can set up the friend phone call or whatever, the friend text, where half an hour into it, your friend will send you a text or a phone call just to say, so you can go, oh my god, there's been an emergency, I've got to go, I'm terribly sorry. Even though it's basically just your mate going, how's things going? It's important that you let someone know where you're going to go. It's important that you let someone know who you're going to meet. You don't need to tell the entire world. And I know a few people who use dating websites who don't want to mention that they were using dating websites because they feel there's a stigma attached to it. Whatever. So get a trusted friend. Let them know where you're going. Let them know the name of the person you're going to meet. Let them know what this person looks like. Show them pictures if you can. If it's at all possible, have that trusted friend be able to track your mobile phone. I mean, we're looking at severe cases here, but if you plan for the very worst, the best tends to happen. So have a friend be able to track your phone so we can at least get your location. Again, I don't want to scare anybody out of going out of the house here, but little things like this, because things do happen. It's not always men meeting up with women to take advantage of the women. There have been reports, not a lot, but there have been reports of people posing as gay men or lesbian women to meet up with a gay man or a lesbian woman to then say, let's go on to another place. As you go on to the other place, there's a gang attack, and it's basically just been a setup to beat the hell out of a gay guy. It happens. Men get set up by women. Of course, the honey trap, where the beautiful woman comes onto you and you go to another venue, and on your way to the other venue, two shaven gorillas come out and mug you for whatever it is you've got, and it was all just a setup all along. So nobody's immune from it. Not every attack is going to be a man trying to rape a woman. If you let people know where you're going to go, try and meet in a well-populated area during the day. Talk to the staff. I have made notes for this. Of course, if you do meet the person online and you're talking to them, get their name, obviously, but get their full name and ask if they've got any social media. In today's society, it's very, very, very rare for anybody to not have some form of social media. If they go, oh no, I haven't got any of that, that's a flag. And that's a flag that this person should probably be avoided. If they do have social media, stalk them, right? It's as simple as that. If you're going to meet up with someone that you've never actually met, and you don't really know them other a couple of conversations online, go to their social media, find out all you can about them, become an investigator, become a detective, look through their photos, look through their likes and dislikes, look through, how long have they had that page, try to see if they've got any mutual friends. If there are mutual friends, get in touch with those other friends and say, I'm talking to so and so, what's your honest opinion? Do I want to be, trusting this guy to meet up with him? Investigate fully. There's no problem with this, because if we've never met in person, I could be anybody. You don't know who I am. If their social media has no information and only one picture, and their one picture is the one picture they've used on whatever site it is you've met on, look into that. Really be wary about that, because that's some flags right there. A couple of the notes I've got. Of course, if you are meeting up with someone who's been introduced to you by a mutual friend, then to me, I would suggest the first date be a double date. I've never met this person before, but you know my friend, so why don't we and my friend and their person, why don't we all go out as a four? The first time we're on a date should be a double date. It takes the stress off, it takes the pressure off, but also there's a hell of a lot of safety. It's just little things like that to keep you safer on the date when you're meeting up with them. If things go very well and you end up back at theirs or they end up back at yours, and then you suddenly decide, actually this person's turning and I don't think they're who they've pretended to be and I don't want to be here anymore, get disgusting. Become as disgusting as you possibly can. So, pick your nose, burp, fart, go into detail about your period, go into detail about bowel movements, right? Just come up with the most disgusting, gross stuff you can possibly think of that would turn someone off and make them want to leave. It's a bit uncomfortable to think about. All of this is uncomfortable to think about, really, but it works. There's very few people that are going to get turned on if they've gone back to a girl's house and she starts farting, right? And then starts going into detail about how disgusting and how painful her latest period was. So it's just little things like that that can stop things before they get to the point where de-escalation no longer will work. If you are going to leave the meeting place to go on somewhere else, text that trusted friend and say, we're just leaving the place now, we're going on somewhere else. As soon as you get to the next place, we're at such and such. In another video I talk about an electronic splash. Do the same thing here. Let them know. If you go to another place and the person you're with suddenly goes, oh hey, this just happens to be a massive group of my friends, that's the time to start saying, oh, I feel a bit queasy, I feel ill, I might go home. That's the time to say, I'm done. You've taken me from a place where there's just the two of us to now a new venue. Even a secondary location has been introduced, where now it just happens to be a whole bunch of people you know, and I don't know anyone here. That's a red flag for me. Get gone. Um, might be coincidence. You know, the person you're with might be the nicest person on the planet, but for that moment, don't take the risk. Um, again, I do get that a lot of this stuff sounds like the world is a big scary place and everyone's out to kill you. They're not. The majority of people you meet will be nice, genuine people. The majority of people out there don't wish you any harm. We have to be aware and alert for those that do. So, again, take some of these tips on board, ignore them all if you want. I have no control over anybody other than myself. I do think they're worth implementing. I do think they're worth going with. There will be a women-only self-defense seminar on Sunday, August 25th, 2019 at the Preventers Gym in Chester, CH14PG, from 1 in the afternoon till 3 in the afternoon. I will go into much further detail with all this stuff on that seminar. If you're interested, just leave a comment or contact me to book your place. It will be pay on the day. You don't need to pay up front. If you have any questions or comments about anything to do with self-defense or anything, please let me know. Yeah, stay safe.